Hello, welcome to your basic computer skills classes. Welcome. The Computer Basics Training session is a two-session course. You will learn basic information about computers. You will learn vocabulary about computer, hardware, and computer software. You will also learn how you can put information in computers and get information out of computers. You will also learn about file management and why it is important. So this is a continuation. To load Microsoft, click on the Start button in the bottom left corner of the screen. Choose All Programs, then Microsoft Office, followed by Word. The following slide shows what a document will look like from the Word application. Word. A jagged red or occasionally blue line may appear beneath your text. Don't worry about this. Word is telling you that what you typed is not recognized. The words are not in the dictionary, or that the grammar may be incorrect. You'll learn more about this later. Typing. You should have noticed a flashing vertical bar on the screen at the end of your work. This marks the insertion point. Anything that you type will always appear at the insertion point. You can move the insertion point around your work by using the arrow keys to the right of the main keyboard. You can also change its position by moving the mouse pointer on the screen and clicking where you want the insertion point to be. Press the arrow keys to move the insertion point around. Note that you can hold down a key to move more rapidly. Move the mouse to position the pointer in the middle of a paragraph and click on the mouse button. The insertion point should have moved to where you clicked. Type in some more words. Watch how the text, which follows, moves sideways to make room for the new words. Look at the document. With Microsoft Word, it's easy to change the appearance of your work. You can change the format of paragraphs. Each can have its own settings. The typeface of the words. You can have different settings for single words or phrases or individual characters, such as subscript. Or the layout on the pages. You can have different layouts for particular sections of your work, such as sideways page. Aligning text. Move the insertion point into the paragraph you want to change. Anywhere will do. Try out all 4 justification buttons, or use Ctrl L, Ctrl lowercase e, Ctrl lowercase r, and Ctrl lowercase j. Note that only the current paragraph is affected. Each paragraph can have its own justification setting. Line spacing. Click on the list arrow attached to the line spacing button in the paragraph group. Select 2.0 for double spacing. Fonts. Click on the list arrow attached to the font button on the Home tab. Click on the font you require, for example, Arial. You can either scroll down the list to find the font you want or type in the name of the font to pick it up more quickly and type a few words. Some fonts, for example, Symbol and Wingdings, produce non-Roman letters or iconic symbols. Courier New gives a typewriter font. Sans serif fonts, such as Cambria and Arial, give clear headings. Font size. Click on the list arrow attached to the font size button on the Home tab. Click on the size you require, for example 12, and type a few words. Note that you can also change the size of your font using increase font size, control, or decrease font size, and then the less than control, immediately to the right of the font size button. The buttons below these include bold, italic, and underline. Click on the bold button and type in some new words. You will find that these words appear in a darker color. 2. To turn off bold, click on the bold button again. And 3. Try out the italic and underline buttons as in the above steps. Note that the drop down. Saving your work. Click on the Save button on the Quick Access toolbar, or move to the File tab and choose Save. 2. Click on My Document on the right under Computer. A Save As dialog box similar to that below will appear. 3. Type a name for your work. Test a document, for example. There's no need to clear the file name box first. Whatever you type will replace what's there already. Selecting text. A single word, point to it using the mouse, then double-click on the mouse button. Your selected word should be highlighted. Click once on the mouse to deselect it. A single line. Position the mouse pointer in the left-hand margin where its shape changes to an arrow pointing inwards and click once. A whole paragraph. Either double-click in the left margin or click 3 times within the text. The whole document. Either click 3 times in the left margin or press Ctrl lowercase a. A sentence. Hold down Ctrl and click anywhere within the sentence. A short piece of text. Drag through the text to be selected. A long piece of text. Click at the start of the text to be selected, then move down, using the scroll bars and hold down Shift as you click at the end of the selection. And to modify an existing selection, hold down Shift and use the arrow keys. Again, remember, this is when you are selecting a text and highlighting it. Copy, cut, and paste. Move to the top of your document. Pressing Ctrl Home takes you straight there. And select the first paragraph of text. Double-click at the left or 3 times within the paragraph. Click on the Cut button and the paragraph will disappear. Do not be alarmed. It has not been lost, but has been copied onto the clipboard. Move the insertion point down to the end of your text. Press Ctrl End to move you straight there, and add a new line, if necessary, by pressing Enter. Click on the Paste button. Your original paragraph will be pasted into its new position. Continue. Select the text or paragraph whose format you wish to copy. Try the text you made bold earlier. Click on the Format Painter button. The pointer becomes a paintbrush. Drag through another piece of text. Release the mouse button and it too becomes bold. You may create your own document and practice. Bullets and numbers. In order for you to add bullets and numbers to your paper, move to the end of your text, press Ctrl End, and make sure you are on a blank line. Click on the Bullets button on the Home tab in the paragraph group. A bullet point should appear. Type a couple of words against each bullet point, pressing Enter once after each one. Press Enter again at the end, i.e. on an empty bullet point, to turn off the bullets. Continued. Click on the Numbering button. A number 1 appears. Type in 2 short paragraphs, one a couple of lines long, pressing Enter once after each one. Move to the end of the paragraph numbered 1 and press Enter. A new number will be inserted in the correct sequence with later lines renumbered. Press Tab, the button to the left of the letter Q on the keyboard, and the numbering changes to A and is indented further. Type a few characters. Press Enter. The letter B appears, then Shift Tab. The letter changes to the number 2. Press Delete and the extra line will disappear. Move to the last line in the list, which should be empty, and press Enter to turn the numbering off. Spelling and grammar. Write the following sentence exactly as it appears below. How many spelling and other errors is there on this sentence? Spelling continued. 1. Choose the correct spelling of many in the top box. Click on Change. Continue in the same manner with the other corrections. Always check the corrections is what you want. With and other, choose and other. Grammar is also checked as you go along. Example, there in the above sentence, it should be there, THERE. This isn't foolproof as it doesn't spot every error, but it does pick up some common grammatical mistakes. Click on No. You don't want the rest of the document checked. Press Enter to start a new paragraph. 7. A correctly spelled word used in the wrong context. How, HOWE, was not corrected to how, HOW, because it was recognized as a surname. It would have been picked up had it not been capitalized by Word itself. Number 8, the grammar checker failed to notice that is in the first sentence had a plural subject and should be are on needs manual correction. 2, in was should be corrected to were were in the second sentence. In essence, you should always double check your work and what you are trying to say before accepting the spelling and grammar corrections. Opening a document. 1. Move to File tab and click on Open. Note the list of recent documents. 2. Click on Computer under Open, followed by the Browse button. Further to the right, you will see an open dialog box showing any folders and Word files and documents. Scroll down the list and click on the name of your file you want to work on. Example, test document ... x. Press Enter for open. Starting a new document, move to the File tab and choose New from the left. 2. The blank document sheets should be the first one in the display, so click on this to create a new document. The following slide is an example. Move to the File tab and choose Print, or simply press Ctrl P. The following window appears. Continued. Scroll through the pages or scroll through your pages using either the scroll bar or the page indicators at the bottom of the screen. Check that Printer is on. Under Settings, the default is to print all pages, but you can fill in pages for just part of your work. You can also choose to print current page or print selection if you click on the Print All Pages arrow. If necessary, set the number of copies required. The final step would normally be to click on Print. So this has concluded the basic computer skills you need in order to familiarize yourself with a computer, okay? This is to make you more comfortable and confident using your computer and trying to create a new page, a new document, or starting to write